All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Snapper Chat podcast. Today we've got a special guest, Mr. August Johnson. On Instagram, you guys can find him. It's the real King August. And guys, it's another Golden Door Award in the door-to-door industry that we're interviewing today. So super stoked for you guys to learn a ton about this guy with how he got into the spot he's at now, where he's a top 1%er in the door-to-door industry. We're gonna hear about his background. We're gonna hear his advice for you guys on really just how he got to where he's at and how you guys can go out there and emulate some of the characteristics that he's acquired in order to get into the position he's at. So, August, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Blessed. Enjoying the off-season life, man. I'm in Cali right now, so
Yeah,
it's good.
let's go. Yeah, LA. We were talking about before this podcast. I'll be out there next week for Christmas, so maybe we can link up in person, bro. But yeah, I'd love to just kind of hear,
So,
dude. How did you get into the sales industry? What's your background in?
I got into sales because I used to work at a job called Six Flags. You probably heard the roller coaster ride, Six Flags and stuff like that. And I got fired. And I needed a job. And I was willing to do anything for money, honestly. I was willing to work as hard as I had to. I just wanted to make the most amount of money in the quickest time possible. And a door-to-door sales opportunity popped up. And so I interviewed for it and got the job. And then that's how it's been. Started working with EcoShield and then transitioned to Active and just got a golden door this year. So it's been rad.
That's wild. That's wild, dude. That's cool. So, how long were you working at Six Flags? And did somebody fall off a roller coaster, or what happened, bro?
Nah, no one fell off the roller coaster. Some people are just unhappy where they're at. They feel stagnant, and I never had that energy. I always wanted to move forward, do everything I can with a lot of passion. I'm an artist, so I make music too. Maybe it's my creative nature, but people didn't like that. Managers didn't like that, and eventually I ended up getting fired. Nobody really liked me there, and when I started knocking doors, it felt like the perfect fit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool to hear just about how everybody gets into the industry. From my friend that was, a second mate on a boat, and for me being an English teacher to you working at Six Flags, people come from all walks of life, and it's so cool to hear how people get into this life-changing industry. How for you, August, has this industry, door-to-door sales, changed your life? Especially that you're now a golden door, and we're going to get into that a little bit about how you got to that point, right? But how has this industry changed your life?
It's changed my life completely, man. I come from a crazy past, so it's definitely changed my life a ton, just keeping me on the right track. And even growing within door to door, visiting different states, talking to different people, thousands of people, working on my work ethic, working on my discipline, knowing when I can and when I can't do certain things. I mean, it's completely guided my life down such a positive path. I'm so grateful for it. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing door to door, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. For me, this is my 30th job since I was
Wow.
15. I'm 30 now. I just turned 30. And dude, this job has literally been better than every other job combined, not just financially, which is obviously the biggest thing in sales, right? We're all just trying to make money, but also how much we've been able to help people, impact people, help change people's lives. You know, not to brag, but just to show it's possible. It's I've helped two people, three people make $1 million. I've helped over 100 people make 100 grand. And that is life changing, bro. And then obviously people going out there as well, making a 250,000, whatever it is. It's just that is life changing. But what I love about the space is that we call it not just, it's it's a personal development program with a compensation plan attached to it. That's what it is. We're learning the life skills, and we can take what we've learned from the past. And if you think about it too, it's we're going to literally be able to do anything we want for the rest of our lives with these soft skills that we're learning in business. The grind, going out there and just, you got a goal and you hit it, right? And it's that right there is my favorite thing about this industry. I know you mentioned too, you kind of have had kind of a crazy past, same. I think everybody, I love hearing people's stories, but, what would you say for you is one of the craziest days, or maybe interactions on the doors for everybody watching? As you've gone on this journey to hit a golden door, what would you say is one of the craziest days you had, or one of the craziest interactions you had?
I could go on and on, honestly. I don't, there's so many crazy things that people wouldn't even believe. My door to door journey is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've been pretty much drugged on the doors, no cap. I've gotten chased by dogs. I've had guns pointed at me. I had a friend get shot, crazy stuff. I watched someone blow their leg off last summer when I was doing Golden Door. People have collapsed in my arms, and I've like prayed for them, and they've gotten like brought back to life. So I've had some crazy stuff, like like so I don't know. Like I've walked in on people finding out that they cheated on their partner, and like they're about to fight. Like I feel like God just like throws me in these things, and I'm like praying for people randomly throughout my door to door journey. It's the craziest thing. I feel like a superhero out there sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's crazy. I mean, you just mentioned like five or six crazy stories. You know, if you could
Yeah.
like going on the one, like what would be one of the craziest ones? You think out of all those? Like you mentioned, like somebody like collapsing your arms. You mentioned a bunch of things there, but what would you say was like one of like the craziest ones?
All of them are crazy. I'll tell this story. Um, I was actually selling solar because I used to sell solar in the off season for I think for Nevo actually. Yeah, selling
Oh, let's
solar for
go.
Nevo. How
Yeah,
ironic,
greatest
right?
Salesforce. Let's go.
And I was struggling because I hadn't ever sold solar. I was like trying to do the whole set and close thing right off the bat. I didn't have really anyone training me. I just was going out there. Screw it. I want to try it. I just want to learn, you know? And I remember running into a guy who seemed super interested. He's like, honestly, I've been looking for solar. If you could get the proposal done, we could sit down tonight. And I was excited. I was like, this is going to be my first close, right? So I remember bringing back the proposal, and I just see him and his wife arguing, like screaming at each other. And he was super drunk, smelled like alcohol on his breath. And he looks at me and he's like, she just cheated on me with so and so after 10 years of us being married. Can you believe this? Like, just everything completely changed. It went from like, oh my gosh, honey, we're so excited to like, boom, everything, like their whole relationship just like ended 5 minutes ago. And I just walked in on it. And I remember like seeing him about to like he was thinking about like putting hands on her. You could tell. And I remember like taking him to the side, and he was like blackout drunk and being like, "Yo, trust me, she's not worth it. She's not worth it. Like, take a deep breath and don't throw away your life. She already threw hers away. That's just the type of person she is. But you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay firm and pray to God. Pray to God, bro. God could bring you back from this." And I remember him like seeing like more light in his eyes and like getting out of seeing red. And then I was like, "Could I pray for you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then we prayed together, and I hugged him, and then I left. You feel me? So that's just one of the stories. So door to door is a crazy industry, man. And, you know, shout out to God, man. God has kept me safe through knocking in Memphis, knocking in all these crazy areas.
Memphis. Yeah, bro. I mean, I think that is for sure a solid point for everybody watching this right now that like not all superheroes wear capes, bro. Like everybody out here in the door-to-door industry, you never know who you're going to walk into or what you're going to walk into or what's going to happen. And I'm a Christian too, and so I think that you're 100% on that. That we can really impact these people's lives, even if we're not like even sign them up. You know, who can we be a light for someone today? You know, and so I just those are some wild stories though, bro. You know, those are some wild stories for sure. I mean, from your past, like, for you to be able to like go in there and be a light in that guy's life, is there any experiences you think that you can think of like from your past that like helped to like prepare you for to be able to like go out there and, to being successful at what you're doing? Like what was it you think like some experiences from your past that like maybe prepared you for what you're doing now?
I've had like a lot of tough experiences. I mean, like early adolescence, I have, experiences where like from 7, 8, my dad went to prison for uh, like 8, 9 years. And, not only being separated from your dad that early is tough, but I essentially became a man in my mind at like 7, So, and being raised around people in prison and realizing that not all prisoners are bad people. Not everybody's guilty in there. Some people are guilty in there. Some people are guilty by choice, and just like kind of seeing the dynamics of different people and how like maybe this person is in prison because he had a really bad habit that he couldn't shake and it led him here. Maybe this person's in prison because they were a great person, but they truly didn't know better. They were just raised in a where that's how they were raised, so they just did what they were taught. And then there's some people who are bad people. Like, nah, they knew it, they did it, they loved it, and they're there. And like being around all those different people and like seeing my dad amongst those people and how he moved amongst those people and shaking their hands as a little kid, and it humanized a lot of things for me and showed me all different walks of life while being so light skinned. my dad was black, my mom was white, going back to the suburbs where that's not even a reality. People aren't shaking killers' hands and drug dealers' hands. People are just, worried about their taxes and who's going to be the next president. You feel me? And so it's being able to see the two dynamics of both sides of my family really helped me like knock in all areas, and relate to all different walks of life. So I feel like that prepared me for door to door, and door to door helped that as well.
Yeah, that is definitely a testimony, bro. Like a test that you went through, that like now it's cause like, dude, that's so many people, right? Like sometimes I think you think like, oh, like I'm the only one just cause it's like your story and it's like your experience. But it's like how many people are going through that right now, watching this right now, that are currently going through it. When you've already gone through those, trials and tribulations that have led you to now become the great man that you are, right? And I'm sure, because we're going to go into it a little bit more, but like, um, dude, like there's a bunch of experiences I'm sure that prepared you to go out there and to become like the upper echelon in this industry and to hit the gold, becoming a golden door. What would you say are some moments that like prepared you for that, or maybe like a moment where like something like sparked you to like make that decision that like I'm gonna be great? Because obviously you didn't go out there unintentionally on accident, become a golden door, right? And like hit that goal. Like you made that decision, right, ahead of time. So what do you think it was that like prepared you to make that decision to go out there? And like when was that moment that you did that?
There was a couple things. I like at first I would plan on hitting 500K because I just did a song or a verse for a Nike shoot, and rapping's my true passion. Like door to door is how I fund my music, and so I knock really hard, fund cool music videos, and just express my art because that's ultimately my dream. But I was fully focused on the Nike thing. Like I was like, oh, this could be you feel me, my ticket out. And it ended up not being the case. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go out and do 500K. And then I want to say around the time of like March when I started knocking,
March of 2021 or 2022, or when was this?
March of this, like last March of 2024.
Oh wow, did you just start door to door this year?
No, 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 this is my 6th year, but I'm saying like in order to go for Golden Door,
Yeah,
I started
you made that
thinking
decision
about
this
it
year.
more around March, yeah.
Okay.
Because I saw Marlon and Juan go for it, and they were on my team, and they were trying to convince me, oh, you should go for it. And I was like, I don't care about it. And then something in my spirit, man, it really felt like the Holy Spirit was telling me, nah, you have to get Golden Door just to show people, like, from your background and from your circumstances that really want to make a way, not only in music, but just in life and in business, that, like, you can be a kid who, grew up, sleeping in random abandoned houses because you didn't really have a place to stay, or like, going through all the stuff I've gone through and not coming up the conventional, like typical Utah Mormon way, you get what I'm saying? You could still make a way to really reach your dreams in hip hop or in business. And so I just felt like I had to do it. I had to do it for kids who had to go through what I went through, and people that had to go through what I went through and show them it's possible.
So you made that decision in March of 2024, which right now it's like December 2024. And what all had to happen for you to hit your goal? You said I'm going to make 500K and I'm going to hit a golden door. You've hit the golden door now, right? Like you hit your goal this year. So do you kind of like, how do you like reverse engineer that? What were the things that you had to do for everybody watching this right now? If that's their decision that they're going to make in 2025 to hit a golden door, what did you have to do in order to do that? What did you have to stop doing in order to do that? And like, what was the game plan?
So I didn't make any music. Last year I did 371K. Not this past summer, like the summer before. I did 371. And I wrote a whole album. I was writing like different things and doing different things and trying to promote my music and stuff. I put all that to the back burner and I said, okay, I'm going to focus on getting a golden door. So I didn't write any music. I didn't do any social media, none of that. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. I didn't do any of that. I was consistent every day. I made sure to hit at least 70 DMs. I worked 7 days a week, without fail. I worked 7 days a week minimum. 4 hours Sundays, like nothing crazy. I would sleep in Sundays, work 4 to 5 hours Sundays, but every day I would try to put something up on the table, and I was just relentless. If I ever had a bad day, I would hit 100 DMs the next day. So I just was going to grind it out.
And the routine was just everybody in door to door, right? Like you wake up, work out, go to morning correlation, hit doors by noon, off
No,
doors
no,
by
no,
eight
no,
o'clock,
no,
nine
no, no.
o'clock. Yeah. How
I
was
didn't,
your
I didn't
schedule?
do, I didn't do like none of that, to be honest. I just woke up, man. prayed, brushed my teeth, and left, bro. Like I wasn't going to no meetings. I didn't want to talk to anybody or speak to. Like I had one thing on my mind, and especially if I had a bad day, like I don't care to talk to you. Like family members, friends, like don't talk to me. There's no reason to. I'm training that whole night, like Kobe Bryant. Like I'm literally going home and I'm role playing in the mirror while everybody's asleep. Like getting down that head nod. I didn't head nod enough today. Like I have to practice every fucking detail. And then the next morning, I'm hitting my first door by 8:39 a.m. just to prove a point. Yeah, just I wanna almost wake someone up. Like let you know I'm working while other people are sleeping. Like I loved leaving the house when everybody was still sleeping. I loved it because it's like you guys are literally sleeping, and I'm running towards this dream, and that's why I'm gonna get it. That's why I'm gonna get it. You know, I couldn't leave it to chance. I believe in God with my whole heart. I'm a big man of faith, but honestly, I worked like God didn't exist. I worked like there wasn't anything in my favor. I worked like there was someone against my favor the whole time because I needed it. So I was prepared for everything, and I went out and got it.
That's wild, bro. I mean, that is a top one percenter. That's somebody that goes ghost and just like you eliminate all excuses and you're just like result oriented and like you just like I just read this book. It's called The One Thing by Gary Keller, and he just talks about how like you have to focus on that one thing and you have to like focus on that. And it's like all these other things don't matter. It's just like what are your daily tasks, small tasks that you have to do every single day. And so for you, it was dude, just you woke up, prayed, brushed your teeth, and you hit the doors by 8:30. Who else is doing that you see that's going out there and knocking doors at 8:30, August? Like, do you see people doing that? Not really, right? Like we met a lot of people, and it's like that right there, bro, is impressive. What do you think it is from your past? Or like what do you think it is that like gave you that personality in order to be able to be like that, go out there, execute on that level and hit a golden door?
My dad went to prison when I was like 7, 8. My mom, I mean, we didn't really have a place to stay. My dad was kind of the breadwinner. But thankfully my mom just started working at the hospital. And so we were like living in like, my aunt was a real estate agent. So we would go to different open houses to sleep on the floor when people weren't like looking at the homes. Like she would let us in on the sly so that we'd have a place to stay. But we were really homeless, living in cars, living in hotels, eating off of food stamps. And this is when I was really little. And my mom did a really good job at hiding it from me. But like, as I got older, I think it hit me more when I was older that like, oh my God, like you see visuals and you're like, wait, I was in a car. Wait, we slept on the floor. Like, wait, we were using food stamps. Like, wait, you struggled. And one thing I noticed that irked me as a kid, like I want to say like 10, 11 years old, was my mom being so tired that like her eyes were bloodshot and she had to worry about taking care of me. And I was a crazy little kid. I'm my father's son. You get what I'm saying? And she had to worry about going to work and providing and herself, and it's just all on her. And I saw the like exhaustion in her eyes, bro. Like, and every time I got tired or get tired, I like closed my eyes and I could still see how she didn't break. Like nothing could break that woman. Like this woman literally bled for us, like, and gave us everything she had. And like, I will be damned if I let anything, Goliath himself, stop me from reaching my dreams until she is resting and doing whatever the fuck she wants to do. Like, while my mom is working, like, I can't stop working. Cause like, she didn't do that for her. She did that for me. Like, nah, like, I don't know. It makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. Like, I forgive my dad. But that shit was taken from me. And I'm going to take that shit back. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to take that shit back. I'm going to give back everything we lost. And I'm going to give it to my mom. I'm going to give it to my dad. And I'm going to give it to my family. Straight up.
It's probably the biggest why that you could possibly have. And I think like for everybody watching this right now too, dude, everybody wants to be able to give back to their parents, bro. And
No cap.
everybody wants to be able to provide a life for their family that maybe they didn't have. And, you know, for me growing up, we definitely were middle class, lower middle class, like didn't really have a lot growing up. And I just look at it now and it's like, I'm in a spot now that I never thought I would have been. And, you know, and like growing up in a small city and like just seeing what's possible out there. And it's like this opportunity that we have right now is something where like your eyes open, but so many people, they don't take advantage of this opportunity like you have now. And like now you can look back at it and you can say like, dude, I did that, bro. Like you did that. You accomplished that. And that's got to be a really, really good feeling, bro. Talk about that a little bit. Like now that you can look back at this year, see what we've done the last 6 years, and especially this year, because no doubt this has been the best year of your life, right? 2024, at least from a financial standpoint and like accomplishing your goal standpoint, right? So like talk about that a little bit. Like how does that feel? And like I guess in there too, like what do you think is something where like how are you this year going to get like what's like that 1% improvement that you're trying to make for 2025 now?
Um, so I guess the good parts is like, this is my Airbnb, you know, this is home. I bought a house this year in Texas. I'm going to get speakers built into the walls and,
What part of
really
Texas?
make Katie.
Nice, bro. Houston.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm hip. Yeah, like all my Nevo boys are out there too. So I'm hip. I'm
Yeah,
tapped in.
we'll be out there next week after
Yes,
Cali.
sir. Yes,
Houston
sir.
to Cali or Cali to Houston.
Cali to Houston, Houston to Cali, bro. Houston's like a second home, or now it is going to be my home. So building a home in Houston is very gratifying. Taking my mom out to dinner, being able to help her pay with some stuff, and being able to be the hope for my family that no matter what circumstance you're in, you could accomplish your dreams. Seeing me go after my dreams so relentlessly, I feel like has inspired my sister more. It's inspired my brother more. It's inspired my dad more, my mom more. And so that's really why I do it. You know, I just want to elevate people and show people that they could grow. You know, they could achieve their goals, whatever it is. You know, whatever it is.
What are some 1% improvements that you're trying to make this next year, and how can people make those as well? You think for 2025?
1% improvements. I definitely need to work on my health more. Like I said, I would wake up, brush my teeth, pray, go the doors. This year, I'm definitely prioritizing going to the gym. I'm going to prioritize praying more. I got a girl now, so she's going to cook everything for me, which is going to be nice. So meals are going to be done. It's just going to be super easy. Wake up, hit the gym, eat, boom, like well-oiled machine. Continue to drop really good music, really good creative art for the people, and just embrace the year-round grind. I want to start in January. Active has an incentive where you could get a Rolex if you do 200K before April. So I'm going to get my Rolex, get another Golden Door, and then from there, you know, take it from there. You know, just continue to work.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, we just dropped our first music video too.
Oh,
I
you do
saw
music?
people. I don't do music, but I saw people making music in solar, and so we put some bars down and we made a music video. It's something like yeah, street legends. Whoa, league of my own. No one does better. No, knocking these doors. I'm a go getter. Yeah, reach for my goals. Hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. Bullseye hitting the most. There's no misses. Something like panels and sky's not the limit. Street legends told them before, but they won't listen. Yeah. And then better, bring a better game because I'm bigger, better, knocking doors, making deals. Yeah, I'm stacking up that cheddar. Solar King, shining bright, selling out like crazy. Snapper came and lit the block up, leaving them hazy. Look, living it fast on that solar grind, leaving my doubts behind. Think it'll last, think it'll crash, end up a thing in the past. That commission though. Big deals closing, yeah, they gonna need a bigger plan. Ironic how the lights go on when I make my stand. Are we showing up? Last year's close is still blowing up. See the
Mm,
name now they know what's up. Savings
mm.
hit the roof and it's going up. I'm a street legend.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, that shit's hard,
Let's
bro.
go. Let's go.
That was
But
tough, bro.
yeah, man, like we love this industry, you know, we love connecting with cool people like you, hearing people's stories. If you could have people take like one thing away from this podcast in order to like go out there and hit all their goals 2025 and have 2025 be the best year of their entire life, August, what would be like that message for everybody? If you had like a billboard, bro, and you had like one sentence on that billboard for everybody, what would that sentence say?
If you want it, plan it, stick to it, go get it by any means. That's it. If you want it, like actually make sure you really want it deep in your heart, then plan it, plan how you're going to get it, and then stick to that plan. This is the hardest step. Everybody wants to do these two. Everybody wants to do these two. But this third step is when they find out that they didn't really want it. They didn't really, if you can't stick to your plan, you don't really want it. Or you don't trust your plan. One thing, these two are super important. Trust your plan, stick to it. After that, get it by any means, man. Make the plan happen. Stay disciplined.
Love it. Yeah, that makes me think of this thing I heard called like be, do, have. and you have to reverse engineer it.
Mm,
So it's like, what do you want to have? And it's like, well, you said it, like you want to have 500K. You want to be able to provide that life for your family. You want to be able to like be the man that, right? Like you have the potential to be. So to have that, it's like be, do, have. Now, what do I have to do? And it's like, well, what you had to do is you had to wake up every single morning and just like get it, eliminate all the distractions and just like every single day, 80 DMs, decision makers, right? If you don't have that next day, you're going out there and talking to 150 people, right? You're showing up every single day, Monday through Sunday. I love how you said that. You're like, dude, that's minimum. And it's like, there's no more than 24/7, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. But it's like, just like you want to do more, right? So be, do, have,
yeah,
right? In order to have this, you got to do this. And then it's like, who do you have to be in order to be able to do those things, in order to have those things? And then it's like, who we have to be is like you said, like you have to be the person that says, I'm going to do it. And then you do it. And then you have to embody those characteristics and those traits and those qualities in order to like do those things. And it's not intentional, but it's like, what do you want to have? What are you going to do? And who are you going to be? And hopefully everybody this podcast that's watching this right now with August, like that you want to go out there and be a golden door, right? So, obviously it's a top 1% thing. You have to do the things that others aren't willing to do in order to have the things that others will never be able to have. And, hopefully you all take away a lot from this. I'd love to have you guys comment in the section below, like your biggest takeaway from this podcast. August, I really appreciate you for coming on, man. We're
hey,
going to
real
be,
one
yeah,
quick thing I
please.
want to say. When planning your goals as well, guys, think of it as if, like, say there's a spider in the house. A lot of people see a spider, so they get a sandal and they try to hit the spider, right? But then the spider runs away. They're like, oh, crap, right? Or they'll get a bigger thing, like they'll get maybe a pillow and then they'll try to hit the spider. I'm trying to burn the whole house down. Like, I'm trying to make it that much like I'm going to hit my goal. Whether this goes wrong, this goes wrong, this goes wrong. I'm planning for everything to go wrong, and I still hit it. That's why I knock 7 days a week. That's because everything did go wrong, and I still ended up hitting a golden door. And so take that into account for your plans. People are going to cancel. My car broke down during the summer. I didn't have a car. I had crazy PTSD from seeing someone shoot their leg off. Like, there's so many different things that happened. There's so many drama with my recruits, all this stuff, drama with technicians, but I still made it happen. Make sure you burn that whole house down, man. Don't leave room for error. Go get it.
Dude, well said. August, I look forward to staying connected with you in the future, bro. You're a top 1%er. You're a killer. I think, that and I say this like every single day, dude. I think that the next generation's greatest entrepreneurs will come from the door-to-door industry. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what you accomplish 2026, for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, bro. I hope that you can stay in our community and our family with us, dude, at Snapper Academy. And bro, thank you so much for coming on, man. Is there any last message that you want to share with everybody as we wrap this up?
No, man, thank you for having me, man. Prayer changes
You're the
things.
man.
God bless you, bro. Thank you.
Yep. God bless. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this podcast. We'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure that you guys are going out there and being the person you got to be in order to do the things that you have to do in order to have what you want to have. Guys, it's possible. All you have to do is, like August is saying there, eliminate all the excuses, because excuses, they're the epitome of nothingness, right? And in order to accomplish things in life, you got to get rid of all excuses and go out there and, like you're talking about, right? Like, hey, what can you have in your control? And the technicians and different things happening with people, right? You just got to make sure that you're just like focusing on how to make sure that you're going out there and just hitting that goal that you need to hit. Cause like life's going to get crazy and things are going to happen, but ultimately you got to understand that like it's for a reason and it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Right. And like
Exactly. Every time.
whatever you're going through, dude, it's like, it's meant to make you great. And, God gives his greatest warriors, his greatest, challenges. And so August, dude, freaking appreciate the testimony, bro. Thank you so much, for coming out here. My brother in Christ. We love you. And guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast. Comment in the comment section below your biggest takeaway, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you, man. Peace.